Thank you very much. Let me just start because we are two of us and we are going to share our 5 minutes. I think I mean 10 minutes, because we are 10 minutes. So maybe I just start with my observation at another level that she's also going to talk specifically on what NUST is doing. On the presentation, the first presentation on NKL experience and challenges that we was presented, maybe I must start first at the regional level, now started. I'm not sure whether our framework is fully aligned with the SADC protocol on higher education, especially for the higher degrees, masters and so on. Because with them, the masters are in 2 categories, like structured and thesis-based. For them, the structured masters is equivalent to a level 8. That's how it is. If I'm talking probably under correction, but that's how I read it. And I'm not sure whether we align ours to that. I start from there. Number 2, I'm going to the issue of the honors degrees that we offer, because our honors degree here is at level 8, which is fine, but it's treated as high degree, not undergrad. This one is also not well aligned with other universities, especially in the region. We also have something that we need to do there, whether it is a high degree or undergrad. Because in some countries, especially in South Africa, for them, honors is not treated like that. And then the other one is on the NSFAF. NSFAF, I know they are coming to present, but I have to say this. When it comes to the integrated programs, which is a program of 4 years, you register for that program for 4 years. And another one is registered for that program for 3 years. But you come back for the masters, for honors. Now, if you stop there for the student to come back for honors, there is a problem there. Because honors is treated as another qualification, is level 8, but sometimes you just in the same program, only that it is broken into stages. That you finish with these 3 years and you come back for the 4th year. I don't know what the NPA in terms of framework, maybe they are coming to that. Another issue that I have, I think this one actually is at the national level. I really have an issue, or maybe a weak issue, when it comes to the distinction between NTA and NCHE. To me, these 2 institutions are dealing with quality. And even the other one, which is called NCHE, to me is even more dealing with quality than the other, with the name quality. The other one with the name quality. The other one is really dealing with quality because it's the one that comes and check the program and stuff like that. So myself, I've got a feeling, but I know this is actually an old debate, that it was just supposed to be one umbrella. I know it is difficult now to undo it, but it's a duplication in my view. Maybe the last point, because I confine myself into 5 minutes, is the point of articulation. The point of articulation is that when the Polytechnic of Namibia was established, it was established with purpose. But when we elevated this institution to a university level, the directive from the government was that there must be an alternative or another institution. Proposal were given even like community university colleges, something to be established so that you can facilitate, articulation from down to the university. Because now, when you remove this, then there's a gap. Now we are talking of the problem of articulation. Unless we go back to the drawing table and say, we must come up with an interim institution, which is between the universities and the other levels in terms of TVET. If you don't have that, then we always have a program of articulation, because you can't degrade a university to come down there. How can you do that? Because a university must be at the international standard. If you downgrade your university down to come to whatever, yeah, that one is not a university. Maybe it's a university quality. Maybe people will give it another one. You must be careful. Therefore, the purpose of the Polytechnic was that one to have that gap being offset. I don't want to go far, because she's going to talk more what NUST is doing because of that gap that I'm talking about. When we realize that there's a problem, we came up with something. And that's actually Professor Semente, who is the dean of the faculty that's giving TVET at NUST, is going to talk on. Thank you.
I could not agree more with the sentiments expressed today that TVET plays a critical role in closing the unemployment gap in Namibia. Hence, awareness creation, liking, and preference, which are marketing terms that we are familiar with, should actually be embraced to cement TVET as a catalyst for growth, economic growth. Furthermore, alignment in multiple pathways, as presented today, is critical to make sure that there is articulation of TVET so as to provide inclusive TVET in Namibia. So the technicalities and competencies related to that, as presented by my fellow dean, that can be discussed at a later stage, but the vision to have articulation is quite critical at this stage. Therefore, TVET curriculum framework in multiple pathways is essential. And as presented this morning by Mr. Figo, I couldn't agree more. So as a result, NUST, through its TVET department, is part of the team led by NDA to create that alignment. Of course, the results are yet to come forward, but we fully support that engagement. Programs that specifically speak to this at NUST are the Bachelor of TVET with various specializations. So at NUST, we are proposing to have various bachelors of TVET to be able to absorb students or graduates from the VTCs. In so doing, they will articulate to our various bachelor's programs. So to start with, the Bachelor of Agriculture and the Bachelor of Hospitality are being mounted to allow that articulation. In addition to that, certificate programs in agriculture and hospitality are also being mounted. Together with NTA, especially the hospitality ones are already at a very advanced pace to basically allow level 4 and 5 articulations to that particular program. So we are really thrilled. These are basically a new era in terms of TVET articulation, and obviously with the proper framework, we shall be able to do that. I will not discuss the issue of establishing colleges because it requires further consultation, but for what we are doing is to really have those certificates that will allow them to articulate. Also, NUST Department of TVET is working together with NDA to develop programs in the key sector areas in line with the sector skills development plan number 2. Furthermore, the Department of TVET, with support of GIZ, has developed a draft TVET continuous professional development and competence standards to support the upskilling of TVET trainers and technical teachers. So from NUST perspective, we are embracing this particular articulation and progress upskilling, and we look forward to collaboration with other institutions. Thank you.